it's me, Tiffany. I am here today to do a product testing that I wanted to try out. I got some clear gesso, and what I wanted to see is if using this would make coloring on some of the harder to color on pages of coloring books easier. A lot of times what happens when you color on certain paper, especially with colored pencils or the colorless blenders, what happens is the ink smears. And it really drives me bonkers. So I colored or painted the clear gesso on the bottom half and left the top half without the gesso to see what would happen. This is a Dollar Tree, or a page from a Dollar Tree coloring book. So the ink quality is really bad. As you can see, it's transferred from the page across from it. So I want to see what happens with this if doing the coat of gesso helps keep the ink from smearing. Off the bat, one of the things I can notice, I don't know how well it shows up on camera, the top half, the ink quality, it's still, oops, sorry, I bumped the camera. It's brighter, whereas this is more duller, but that's not a terrible thing to me. I'm okay with that if it means my ink's not going to smudge. This is a lot more thinner, and this is definitely a thicker quality. So I'm going to just grab, I'm not going to color the whole page. This is just a quick test to see what happens. I'm going to use lighter colors because I want to be able to see what happens. So we'll just go right here. And I'm going to be a little sloppy with it because, again, I'm just doing a really quick test. I'm not trying to color the whole page. I specifically chose this picture because I didn't want to color the whole page. It's not a picture that I particularly cared for. I actually cut out, or not cut out, but just ripped out the pages of the book, then put them into a binder for the ones that I wanted to keep. So let's see what happens when I use my Prisma. So it is blending really well. I'm impressed with the blendability. It doesn't lose that part. I wasn't sure if it would still blend. It doesn't blend. Yeah, it does. There we go. So far so good. So let's see what happens when we go over the black. Actually, I am really impressed right now. Look at that. No black on the pencil tip. I am super impressed. So just for reference, I'll go ahead and show you what happens when I do the same thing up top. We'll color the trees blue. So I think I even grabbed a different shade of blue, but that's alright. Go like this. I love being able to use a colorless blender. I don't always use it, but there are those times that I just want the colors to blend so nicely. So it does blend a little bit better on the non-gessoed part. You can see it's just smoother. So let's see what happens when we hit the black. Oh, wow. Look at that. That is such a huge difference. Wow. Okay, so there is right there the non-gessoed. That black ink just went crazy and you can't see any smearing. on the gessoed part. So that makes me really, really happy. I can now start doing that and not feel so stressed out coloring. The gesso really does not take a long time to dry. This particular one is Art Basics. I believe I spent, oh, it's been a while since I got it. I want to say I spent $10 for it, which you get 8.5 ounces. You don't need a ton to put on here. You just need a thin layer of it. It's archival safe. It's non-toxic. Apply it with a paintbrush. It dries a clear matte. Works well as a primer and a sealer on most surfaces, including canvas, wood, paper, metal, chipboard, fabric, plastic, etc. So, you know, you don't have to use it just on paper. It dries quickly and keeps the working surface visible. So, that's what that is. There are other brands. So there's one other thing I wanted to test, and I'm going to use, I have one really crummy little marker that I don't care if it gets ruined or not, because, well, yeah, it came in a little, like, poster pack thing. So, what happens when you, ew, gross, look at it, I don't know if you can see that, but it's, like, a really disgusting grossness all over it, like, crystallized. That's gross. This one's going in the garbage, whether it gets ruined by this project or not, or this testing or not. So what happens with these papers, because they're so thin, oh, it's dying too. When you use them on here, it's hard to see, but it actually bled through. So I don't know, because this marker is dying, if I'm going to get a really fair test here. I'm worried that the gesso will drain the ink. Kind of looks like it might. My other concern, yeah, that's what I was afraid of. So, a wet medium does not work very well on gesso because it can't sink into the paper. So this project works strictly for pencils, but that's all right. At least I can do that. I missed my garbage can. Anyway, so there you go. There's that little project. So what I did, I am happy with. Even though it didn't blend here quite as well as I would have hoped, maybe if I worked with it a little more, I could get that blending. So, definitely worth, sorry, I bumped the camera again. I'm doing great today, guys. There we go. So, definitely, oh, come on, you. Definitely worth the $10. This was one of the better priced ones I found. There was more expensive, but you did get a little bit more product with it. I bought this at Amazon, if I remember right. So anyways, there you go. I hope you guys like it. And if you try it and have a different experience, please definitely comment and let me know. Share your pictures. Otherwise, please subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up, and have a wonderfully blessed day. Bye.